Hi guys and welcome back. Today on our Makeup 101 What Is It little mini series I'm doing, we are going to be talking about pressed powders and HD perfect finish powders. Sorry, I was reading the thing over there. Anyway, so there is really no difference between a setting powder and a finishing powder per se. They both are gonna... Anyways, I'm back. What was I saying? There is really no difference between a finish powder and a setting powder. They both pretty much what that is they set your makeup. I know you guys are going to say, well, setting spray does that. Yes, but this is to set your foundation, and usually after concealer I do this as well. This helps set your foundation and concealer, so that way this does, like, your foundation and concealer does not move from your face. So then when you're done and you add the setting spray, it is not going to move at all. So the setting spray and the finish powder essentially do the same thing, but the powder is used for like after you're done with your foundation and concealer, and the setting powder is when you're done with everything, if that makes sense. And then you got like pressed powder, and that is pretty much the same thing too. But this HD powder that I have right here as an example, sorry, I grabbed and said the wrong one. This e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder that I have right here, it helps blur out like imperfections, and it's used right after foundation and concealer. Yeah, this just helps blurs out imperfections. It gives your skin a nice, soft, smooth tone to it, but you can set your face with this as well. And here's just what that looks like on the inside. Maybe. I always thought this container was a little bit weird, but... So it just looks like that on the inside. Now this is the pressed. So you can get it just like that, and I'll show you guys how to put this stuff on here in a second. This is also a pressed powder that you can set your makeup, or foundation I should say, with. This is the Color Matte Pressed Powder. This is from the Dollar Tree. Sorry, I had to think about what I was saying for a second. Now this does show up a little bit dark on me, but once I really go to town and blend it in, it isn't too terrible. I can make it work. And then this is the e.l.f. HD powder. Now this is a very loose setting powder, as you can see. What that does is you can also pretty much just set your foundation with it as well. And I wanted to look it up just to make sure I was telling you guys like the right things about it. But let me just quickly Google that here real quick. Because I want to give you guys like accurate information. Yep, so you can also use that to set your makeup as well. So anyway, pretty much it's just like your setting powder, pretty much is what it's called. It just has like different names, but anyway, this is very loose powder. Blurs imperfections. Looks just like that. I'm pretty... Whoop, my camera will focus about stuff falling out. Well, looks just like that. It's all white. Yeah, it's not too exciting, but that's what that looks like. And I got to clean them because powder's going everywhere. But let me show you just kind of how to do it real quick. Let's just pretend I put my foundation and concealer on. So I'm going to use one side for like pressed powder and then the other side for that loose powder. So let's just say, pretend that I already have my foundation and concealer on. I'm going to go in with, let's just say, the Color Matte here pressed powder. And this is just how I do it. Kind of with whatever you're comfortable with. I take my brush, you can use a sponge too, but I just like using a brush. Doing this. Get a little tap. And then I just do this. So just like that. Can't really see anything, nothing too exciting. But that sets your makeup and helps it, or hold it in place. And then I'll use this Perfect Finish HD pressed powder, kind of like right in here. Anyway, that looks just like that. Nice little mirror with it. Go in with your brush and just... And I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. Sometimes I forget to do this. Like, I honestly just go in with my setting spray when I'm done and set everything. But, to be completely honest, I only do this maybe about half of the time from what I should be doing it. Mainly because I forget. But now I'll use this side for that HD powder. But this is that loose powder, obviously. I'll just pour it into the cap here. Now this is a white powder, so you do have to kind of work on blending it in. And essentially brushing it off, if that makes sense. But I took some in my cap here, and I'm just going to go. So this helps blurs and set your foundation and kind of helps get rid of any imperfections that you may or may not have. I shouldn't say may or not have. Obviously, if you're using this, you want to cover some imperfection you may have. So it looks just like that. I hope I'm explaining this to you guys right. I feel like now I'm sounding confusing. But anyway, so you do see some of the powder left over. And what I do before I move on to any other step, I just quickly take my other face brush and I just do this. Just to make sure I got some of the loose stuff out. But honestly guys, I forget to do this almost 3/4 of the time. But yeah, so there's that, and there's that, and that pretty much is what the powder's for. I hope this has helped somebody out there. Honestly, when I first started makeup, I didn't know you could set your foundation and concealer with powder before your setting spray. But anyway, that's it for today. I hope you guys like this, and like I said before, I hope this helps somebody out there. If you want to, you can give me a thumbs up. That would really help me out a lot. And if you want to see more of me, you can click that little bell over there and hit the subscribe button. And that would really help me out greatly too, and I would really appreciate it. So I will see you guys later with another new video.